I seem to recall Dick Rambone was of Middle Eastern descent.
Okay.
Which you did not see a lot of
back
in 80s, San Fernando Valley porn.
Right.
But we can do a deep dive on
it.
Born in 57. His last credit is 92.
Mm-hmm.
So
say where he's from or what his
not
what his Christian name is.
He's just born in the USA. That's all it says.
I don't think it's a Christian name.
Okay. Well, there's only one man.
Rambo.
There's only one man right now literally on Earth that's more beloved and celebrated than John Hamm.
Can you find a picture of Dick Rambone? He's got a little Freddie Mercury to him. It's got a sort of Middle Eastern flavor to him.
He looks exactly like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Dick Rambone.
And he's a coxman.
Is he holding a rifle?
Looks like it.
In this particular.
Is he Serpico?
He's serpentine with his penis. All right, sorry. What do we got?
All right, so a beloved man, not John Hamm. His name is Yvon Chouinard. He's the founder of the outdoor apparel company Patagonia.
Oh, yeah.
Putting his money where his mouth is.
Didn't he give away his company?
The unconventional billionaire has given away the entire company to fight climate change. He and his wife and his 2 adult children have transferred the ownership of $3 billion from the company.
You should love climate change. He makes all the gear to fight it.
That's right.
I mean, all the
windbreakers
parkas
and
tents and
to a trust and nonprofit that'll make sure it's approximately $100 million a year in profits are used to fight climate change and protect underdeveloped areas around the world. He's 83 years old. He said, hopefully this will influence a new form of capitalism that doesn't end up with a few rich people and a bunch of poor people.
The beauty is at some point, 10 minutes after he dies, some woman who used to work as a temp as a secretary for Patagonia would say, he was eyeballing me once. And we'd go, fuck that guy. Take the statue down in front of the UN. Yes.
So whether you agree with this, you're down with this causes or not, this is a guy who put his money where his mouth is.
Very much so.
Appreciate it.
And in the genre that he knows best. We have like the Warren Buffett and what's it called? Like the Giving Pledge or whatever with Oprah and stuff. But this guy eliminating the middleman and doing it now. I wonder how his adult children feel about this.
It is funny to think about those people instead of arguing with a sibling about who deserves it more. The world gets it. $3 billion, you say?
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by what companies are worth. $3 billion, Patagonia. Would that be your guess? That's maybe instead of Rotten Tomatoes or in addition to. Guessing the value.
Oh, I would have no
When you
clue.
see companies get sold, you're like, it sold for what? That website sold for $5 billion? What value does it have?
Can someone who's better at math than me, just real quick, $100 million a year for $3 billion? That's
$100 million
It's $100 million a year.
30 years.
That's
For
30 years, right?
billion?
For $3 billion.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good for him. That's what I was thinking I was too scared for. All right. Let's talk about the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Mercury owner, Robert Sarver. Are you guys familiar with him? Because you're about to be.
Now.
I know
You're
this story.
about to be. He's been suspended for a year and fined $10 million as an NBA investigation found that he used the N-word at least 5 times. The NBA also said that there were instances of inequitable conduct toward female employees, including sex-related comments. He's not allowed to be around any NBA or WNBA facility or to be part of any event of theirs during his suspension. He is the second owner to be suspended for racist comments. Everybody, what was his name?
Sterling?
That's right, Donald Sterling.
Yeah, can we make a definition? And I don't know all the nuts and the bolts, but there's using the N-word and then there's repeating somebody else
The
using
Papa
the
John's clause.
N-word.
Yeah.
Right. I draw a distinction between you just randomly throwing out the N-word and you saying this other guy said the N-word.
He was at a Jay-Z concert. He was singing loudly.
What if he was literally reading aloud from Tom Sawyer?
Yes, it's a very good
Huck
point.
Finn.
So they never really include the context of it. It's just he used it. As we know, Shaq, a joke I told on stage when I was in Pittsburgh. Your quarterback, who a couple seasons ago got bonked on the head by the Browns defensive end.
Mason Rudolph.
As he took his helmet off, he said,
Miles
Garrett said
accused Mason Rudolph of saying that.
Yes.
Whether or not that actually happened is another
then
matter.
everyone said no one around them heard it. And then my argument was when you bring out the N-word, you don't normally go, "Psst. Get in here.
We only got a minute.
Not for nothing. But I'm going to use I'll call you the N-word. Okay?
It is often shouted.
Usually when someone's slinging around and trying to kill you and there are many other bodies around you, the N-word might come sailing out.
Sure.
They're Browns
So-
and Steelers both around us here. We're a mixed company. I don't want to offend
The
anybody
argument
but you.
that he did say it, but it was very focused and
Yeah.
quiet in the middle of the field, I'm not buying into it.
Well, also, the league's mics all off.
Oh, weird.
Mics didn't pick it up.
Oh.
The officials didn't hear it. Then Myles Garrett went back to the locker room. He was steamed. He was smoking mad. 10 minutes later, he's comported himself, and now, all of a sudden, he, in quiet tones, can say, "This is what happened to me." Checks out. Nobody heard it. Not even former Brown in that time. Now, Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yes,
Gloriously
Myles
named.
Garrett is despicable for doing this. He really shouldn't be saying anything. He's furthering this whole fucking horrible narrative that's getting people killed. But also, as I say all the time, and we're fucking nuts as a society. People go like, "Geez, Myles Garrett took his helmet off and like almost killed him." And then you go, and then someone goes, "Yeah, but he may have used the N-word or said something." And then one goes, "Oh, okay." So if someone calls me a wop, I'm allowed to fucking take a helmet and physically assault them. You're still not allowed to put your hands on people who use Dago, kike. You're not allowed to physically assault people.
Where's my helmet?
Sorry.
It's crazy. I mean, how many years ago was that now? 3-4 years ago at this point. But I still go back to exactly what you're saying. What if he cracks him with that helmet on his uncovered head and kills him on the field? Think about I know it's dark.
If
he splits his head and he's bleeding everywhere?
If we could prove he used the N-word, we'd keep walking. If we could prove it.
Really think about imagine what that look would have been. A football player laying on the field with his head split and bleeding everywhere.
Was a crazy,
boy, that was nuts. That went a little too far.
Crazy story.
Hey, I mentioned, sorry to interrupt. I mentioned this came up a week ago, and the other day was in the studio. I want to ask if you recall, early in the radio show days, we had like a comedy show at the Improv, and it was like Friends of the Adam Carolla Show and whatever. You were there, Adam was there, and Adam introduced the show and immediately handed it over to you and went home. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course I did. That was
I
the
haunts
best.
him.
I have no recollection, but I wanted you to get stage time. That I do recall.
That was the same thing. What you did for Hench with the movie,
That's
you
right.
did for
Same thing.
Damashek. I think,
Yeah.
let's hear what you got up on the stage. I'm not going to hear.
I'm
I'm
not
going
gonna
home.
hear.
But none of these people will.
I got to tell you, when the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and you're out at night,
No.
you just like the telltale heart, like the crow with the peanut. It's just tick, tick,
Yeah.
ticking. You're just
This is at the
that's-
world famous Improv, and there was a gang. It was Dave Attell,
Did the alarm
Jeff
not go off
Ross.
for Dave the next day?
No, well,
no, you're on the same show.
Right? No.
Yeah,
but
but
it
I
would
gotta
no. The
work.
gift that the inadvertent gift from that was we're sitting there and it's a packed house. And we're like, wow, this is really great. I guess this radio show is really coming together. Look at all these fans. They're excited to see the Ace Man. Carolla, like 4 minutes before the show, goes like, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna go home. I promised I'd watch Survivor at home, so I'm gonna get out of here. And then I'm like, that's a funny joke. Then he jumps on the stage, Carolla. He's like, hey, thanks for everybody coming out. I'm gonna turn it over to Sheck here the rest of the way here. I'm gonna let him do it. If you would have told me that 20 minutes before, I would have worked myself into a lather of
That's
cold
why I didn't
sweat.
do it.
Instead, it was like,
Here we go.
Here's Sheck.
That's right.
Showtime.
That's right.
I don't think I offended anybody by being terribly unfunny. Just my mediocre level of
Yeah,
unfunny.
you were
That's
fine.
I put my Adam Carolla thinking cap on with something that is a big viral to do lately. I'm hearing a lot, and I don't know if you guys are running in the same circles, but a lot. I'm hearing from other people that other people are offended about the new Little Mermaid who's black.
Yes.
Put the picture up. It's Halle Bailey, not to be confused with Halle Berry.
Gross.
And it's beautiful. It's live action Little Mermaid. How exciting! I'm seeing people get it whipped up to into the frenzy, and I even put a Twitter poll up about this, going, "Is anybody mad? Do you know anyone who's mad about this? Is anyone even aware of this?" So
I watched TMZ.
Okay, maybe you can tell me. I can name you about 100 people who have said that people are up in arms about this. I've never encountered one person who's actually mad about the color of the mermaid. I don't know
she's
it.
very-
You surround yourself with adults and decent people.
She's very light.
I must.
Her hair is reddish.
Well, she's an Ariel. She's supposed to be red hair.
We do. Oh, it's kind of got a little dready to it.
She's underwater.
She's underwater.
Do you get dreadlocks when you go in the
I
water?
guess matted a little.
Got to do something to
Am
pass
I
the time.
am I looking at kind of ropes?
Yes, you are.
Like
I'm just
beach-
fucking
like
around. I
beach
don't
hair,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Is beach hair a thing?
Yeah,
right?
but
Like-
was she? But at
No,
this
but
point, she's
is
never
we
breached
looking-
the surface, so
But
he
she
has a
has
good point.
dreadies,
A
right?
little bit, yes.
Never
Yes,
sat
she
well
does.
with me that the end of Splash, spoiler alert, that Tom Hanks jumps into the water with Daryl Hannah and then they live under sea for the rest of their days. How do they talk to each other? That must make Hanks like, all right, I liked making my sweet love on you, but the rest of my life now, I'm never gonna have a conversation again.
Yeah.
Gonna live at the bottom of the sea, no TV,
No
what am I
lights.
gonna do? No pizza. This sucks.
So, but you can.
I'll
but you
find
can-
another lady. There are
you can-
plenty of fish in the sea.
You can pull apart a lobster with your
Figured it.
so to
hands.
speak.
So on TMZ, did they showcase anyone who's actually steamed about this?
No, I think what we do is, maybe it's the theme for the show, but we've decided that we live in this sort of crazy, racist, clan-driven world. We have folks who work for the government who explain that white supremacy is like the biggest domestic problem we have. We really work it hard. But you're hard-pressed to find this group or this march or this rally or whatever it is. So a few fucking knuckleheads send out some tweets, and then we go, can you believe what kind of society we fashioned?
can't find
That's a
tweets.
prominent guy who's doing it.
You don't know
that
that.
one podcast guy who's pushing it real hard, making
Who?
videos about it. Walsh.
That's got to be a joke. Is it?
I don't know.
Is he fucking serious?
I don't know. I looked at. I was like, exactly your
that's
question.
ridiculous.
Who cares about this? I clicked in to see what the reaction.
Yeah.
I don't know who runs those Twitter accounts, but people are mad.
Well,
about
thank
it.
you for being able to answer this because I don't follow him, so I didn't know
There's
that
some
people
pretty dark
actually
stuff
are
out
up in
there.
arms.
Here's
about
what
this.
we're going to have to get used to. A group exists for everything. There are plenty of flat earthers. There's plenty of whatever 9/11
mermaiders.
deniers. There's plenty of people that are upset over Black Mermaid. There's just going to be. They're out there. They're going to be there. The real question is what policy are they in charge of? That's my feeling. Like if
He's inducting the Mermaid Act of 2022.
yeah, I'm just saying. All right, there's the clan's out there. Okay, but then they are gonna enforce this two lunch counters thing. Because if they don't have any juice or power, then I'll keep walking. She's pretty. Who cares? Mermaids don't actually
Beautiful
exist anyway.
Whoa.
And
now
I
you're
get it.
crossing the line.
I am gonna need though. I think the pushback on stuff like this is not we are outraged that there's a black person who has taken this role. I think the pushback is we have roles, the Karate Kid or whatever it is was this, and that it's more of a hypocrite Hollywood thing, which is we're going to get some goodwill by sort of shoehorning black faces in traditional white roles, and we'll just keep doing that. And then it ends up feeling disingenuous more than I don't want a black person playing this. It's more of a Hollywood hypocrite, like, oh, okay,
It
so this
feels
is what you're gonna do.
More engineered than inspired.
Right.
And
right.
I guess the other way to look at it is back then they didn't think that a black mermaid, whatever, they couldn't open a movie. Like, come on,
Right.
you're not a white guy. Like, nobody's going to. But now we know better. But
Yeah.
I think it's probably both. I just can't believe that there are goddamn morons on Earth that
There
are
are
having a
people
problem
who
with
think
this.
Elvis is still alive.
That's right.
That's
John was supposed to come back and re-announce Donald Trump was the president.
That's right.
That's
There's,
right.
There's
Where was
that.
he? Okay.
They're
Well,
all out there.
also, for better or worse, 2023, I just announced Little Mermaid reboot starring John Hamm as the Little Mermaid.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
why
Still
would
my
do that?
heart.
It's
Could be
ridiculous.
huge.
Oh,
hit.
I'm a big
That's
fan.
buffoonish
That
at this
sounds great.
point.
I can't wait.
Also, can I just say quickly, Little Mermaid? We have daughters, three of us. The worst role model for daughters of all the Disney
She's one of the
princesses.
weaker
I'd rather
She
princesses.
sees the guy.
Yeah.
She sees the guy on the boat, and Eric, I think, he's like, "Oh my God, I'm in love with him." You haven't even spoken to him, and you're in love with him. She just gives up her entire life because she met a handsome devil.
She literally gives up her voice to be with him. I don't know how much
She's
more
the
poetic
worst.
you
She's
can get.
the worst role model of all the princesses.
And to bring it all home, remember the episode of 30 Rock where John Hamm plays the best looking guy on earth?
No.
Okay. And he's dating Tina Fey and says, oh, my high school swim team picture was the inspiration for Prince Eric on The Little Mermaid.
Wow.
That is freaky.
Yeah.
All right, one more quickie.
Okay, let's see here. A quickie. Okay. This
I hear
is
Ham
great.
specializes in those.
Easy.
Okay, there's a video from a nursing home in Taiwan that went viral a couple days ago, and we just have to show it. She's this exotic dancer. She came in to entertain
Pass.
some aging military vets.
Oh.
The strippers' visit went down last week during this Mid-Autumn Festival, which it's called the Annual Harvest Celebration in China. And video of her performance is spread far and wide, much to the credit of the Nursing Homes Administration that you're going to fucking love this, and then I'm going to show you the video. When they received backlash for bringing a stripper into an old folks' home, the spokesperson said, the intent was to entertain and make the residents happy, and I think we did that.
Backlash from whom?
Assholes!
It's the same. The
Same
ones who
people.
don't like the black
Pearl
Ariel.
clutchers.
You know
So
what I mean?
here's the video, and you might need to do some play-by-play because it's just it's delightful. Go ahead.
It's an old folks home, and
Oh, my.
she's doing it.
And it gets worse, better. She's pawing at her crotch. She's really focused on this one guy, letting him motorboat,
Oh, jeez.
and then wait,
Everyone gets to play.
gets on his lap, lets him really cop a fine feel.
Yeah.
Everyone's having a great time. The music is bumping.
Honor your elders.
Well, first off, how many of these guys are going to have a stroke
Yeah.
trying to beat their meat, after lunch?
They might not
number
make
one.
it out of that room.
That's right.
And number two, the real. This is fine, but it's the sort of middle-aged nursing staff that's in trouble because when they come in to change the bedpan half hour later, and this guy's got a head of steam, you know what I mean?
You're right.
Shit's
I
going to
didn't
go
think about
down.
that.
You got to
But
think
God,
about
God
that.
bless them.
God
And
bless
the
them.
spokesperson
Every
didn't.
day.
They didn't. The spokesperson didn't say we're sorry. They said she came to entertain. I'm pretty sure she did.
Yeah.
So good for them.
It's a win.
Should we bring it home?
Yeah.
I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
We're going to San Diego, October 28th, 29th, in the Mic Drop comedy over there, and lots of live shows. St. Louis, Tucson, Tempe. Just go to adamcarolla.com and check out my new book, Everything Reminds Me of Something. Enjoy that. Grab it on Amazon. Mr. Lister is the show, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern on Spotify Live. And, of course, the podcast, Extra Points with Cousin Sound, Dave Damashek, available wherever you listen to finer podcasts, and -3 with our old buddy Hench as well. So, until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dave Damashek and Gina Grad and Bald Brian. Say it. Mahalo.